Hi guys, it's me again, Carly Brookfield, Chief Executive at Driving Instructors Association. Very quick one this morning, just to give you a slight update on the financial provisions for self-employed people. Now, I must caveat before I go into this one that at this stage are proposals within a bill. This is not an act, it has not been passed, so it is not going into legislation right now, but you will be aware that the coronavirus bill is currently being debated in the House of Commons, and there are a number of provisions in there which will allow the government to bring forward emergency legislation that will help us deal with this whole situation a little bit better. And thanks to Chris Benstead, one of our very loyal members who sent this to me last night. If you keep track of the coronavirus bill online on Parliament.uk, one of the sites that does that, you will see the bill as it gets amended, as it gets debated. And you can watch the live debates in Parliament as well, but every day and every so many hours they provide updates on progressing bills on Parliament.uk. What it actually says at the moment in terms of proposal is statutory self-employment pay, and I'm going to send this out as a link as well. The Secretary of State must by regulation introduce a scheme of statutory self-employment pay. The scheme must provide provision for payments to be made out of public funds to individuals who are self-employed or freelancers. The payments to be made are to be set so that the net monthly earnings of an individual specified in subsection 2, you can read the subsections yourself, do not fall below 80% of their monthly net incomes averaged over the last 3 years, or £2,917, whichever is lower. As we said yesterday, we suspect that what they will do is look at your tax returns, your self-assessed tax, and calculate the 3-year average of the tax that you've paid to be able to enable that payment. So if you have been making your self-assessments fully and completely, then this is where this should come back to you in some way. Again, I'm being very careful. This is a bill. It is being debated at the moment. Further amendments may be made, so this detail may change. It then has to obviously be passed by the House of Commons and then go up to the House of Lords as well. Now, every effort is being made in Parliament to make sure these debates continue, to make sure the conversations are going on, to make sure that this can get passed as quickly as possible. It's got lots of other things in it. The section you need to be looking at, as I said, I will try and send round on the email. If you've got any questions on this, keep talking to us, but we may not have the answers until there's more movement on this bill. I'm beginning to understand that the whole coronavirus bill, the government are pushing to have what's in there at the moment passed by Wednesday at the latest. Could be that we get some announcement in today's government press briefing, which happens every day around 4:45 p.m. So keep your eyes peeled for that. Obviously, we're watching all of this stuff all the time and trying to get you communications as soon as we have them. The other just quick thing I'm going to point out to people, National Association Partnership, yesterday we collectively issued a statement that we do believe genuinely that ADI should halt training, that it's not essential at this moment in time. Now, what would be deemed essential driver training right now is those individuals who are, or companies, training key workers. So trying to upskill people to different licenses or to do different things, for example, tow, people who are getting people licenses who are key workers because they're going to have to use their own transport to get around or for work purposes. There is a list of key workers on the government website. If you are working with key workers or have been asked by an agency or by another driving school to do this key worker training, they should help you be able to identify that these people are key workers. We're asking DVSA to get us some clarification on who counts as key workers in terms of driver training. I'm also asking if driver trainers who are employed in the guise of doing key worker driver training can also be counted as key workers at this time. And we're asking and looking at how do we provide some identification to driver trainers doing this essential work so they don't get hassled by the police or by the public who think they're just doing normal lessons. We want to be able to provide something that shows people you are engaged in essential work, a key worker yourself, ergo, doing some key worker training. Okay, so that's just to clarify on those points. I'm very sorry that other people who are not doing this specific key worker type of work, are feeling like, what do? I want to go out and train, and my pupils are still asking me to. It is your choice. You do that at your own discretion. But the government advice last night has pretty much shut down all those kind of activities because they cannot respect social distancing rules. So the only kind of work in this field that should be carried out right now is the training of key workers. We respect the people who are doing this, and we should try and support them as much as we can because they're putting their own health at risk by doing that. And we'll try and support them through information and advice, as we said, trying to get some identification for you from somewhere, and maybe the designation of you as key workers as well. We'll send out emails later today on a variety of different subjects. Sorry to keep bombarding you. We're just trying to give you information as soon as we get it, if we think that's helpful for you. And I'll certainly keep you updated on the progress of any financial measures for the self-employed. Stay safe, guys. Bye-bye.